Good afternoon. My name is John Carew. I'm the CEO of the Toronto Association of BIAs and also the founder of a program called Digital Main Street. I'm here today to talk to you about Tabia's role in this self-help, the ultimate private-public partnership that is known as BIAs. The Toronto Association of BIAs represents 85 BIAs across the city of Toronto, with a collective membership of some 90,000 businesses and property owners. Our role is really a simple role to help assist BIAs once they've been established. The City of Toronto holds the mandate and the legislation around BIA operations, how they're managed and how they're operated, including annual audits, the establishment of boards, etc. Where we get engaged is as a non-for-profit organization that was founded and mandated through the individual BIAs. We operate as a board. 15 of Toronto's 95 BIAs make up the board of the Toronto Association of BIAs, and at the current time, I am the sole employee of that board with an assistant that works with myself. Our role is to support the boards of management. That is done through advocacy efforts. Unlike City of Toronto or even the BIAs themselves, who are agencies of the city, we are not an agency of the city. So effectively, what we can do through advocacy is stuff beyond what city staff or what even the BIA boards can do. We advocate at the federal level, and that became very prevalent through COVID. We advocate at the provincial level, where ultimately a lot of the decisions around what cities can and can't do lies. And most importantly, we're very active at the City of Toronto level, whether it's through economic development and the BIA office, transportation services, or any of the number of departments that manage and operate the City of Toronto. BIAs have become an integral part of the economic development and, more importantly, the economic and social well-being of the city of neighborhoods. There is no secret that Toronto is the world's most ethnically diverse city. To that end, many of the BIAs reflect that diversity, whether it's Little Jamaica, whether it's Little Italy, Gerard India Bazaar, Greektown, etc. You'll notice through the list of 85 BIAs that the ethnic diversity that makes City of Toronto such an integral part of our lives is made up and reflects many of those diverse communities. We support the BIA boards to the tune of advocacy, insurance. Many of these boards are independent small business people that maybe have never sat on a board. So they need governance training that's done by the city. But what we do is collectively provide insurance, directors and officers insurance, to make sure that they're protected when they are out there working on behalf of the neighborhood. They do operate through governance, as was noted in some of the earlier sessions, and it's important to remember that it is a democracy. BIAs, the city agencies, are in fact public domains. So any of the board meetings, any of the undertakings are in fact public accessible. So as a business person, and that's what I want to talk a little bit about, how do you engage with your BIA? As a local business person, you have every right to attend any of the board meetings. Your participation may differ, where you may not have full access to participate or vote, but you're more than welcome to join these board meetings to see what your BIA is doing, what they're planning, and how they're spending the levy out there. The BIA, for yourself as a small local business, is the ideal place to go to find out about what grants and what opportunities are out there. One of the things that we at Tabia have been very active in is to assist the small business community in the City of Toronto with some of the tax issues. Small businesses right across the city have indicated that city taxes are a challenge for them. With the assistance of the City of Toronto Council and the Province of Ontario, we've been able to put in place a 15% reduction in commercial property taxes for small businesses. That's 15% off of your taxes if you meet that criteria. About 90% of the small businesses in Little Jamaica are actually a part of that program. If you're not quite sure, the BIA office, your BIA, is able to reach out and find out which businesses are actually members and beneficiaries of that. Across the city, there's 32,000 small businesses that are actually beneficiaries of the 15% small business tax subclass reduction. Those are just some of the programs that we as Tabia have been working on. We continue to work on issues issues as they evolve. Much of the COVID funding initiatives that were out there, we were very active in helping build out. We happen to also be privileged to sit on the tariff task force with the City of Toronto to make sure that we help mitigate the impact on small businesses as they become prevalent and more defined. At the moment, we're sort of hearing, and 25% just today. There's going to be a pullback on that for some items, etc. So really, to know what's going on, your local BIA office is probably the best place to go and source some of these insights. We're out there advocating on reducing the cost for festivals and events, policing, fire, emergency services, road closures, licensing. All that sort of stuff is where the BIAs are very active in having a handle on to help assist you, the local small business, grow your business. Further, the BIAs are a integral part of a much bigger network. There is the Ontario Association and the Federal Association that we're building out on. And as I noted earlier, there is a number of impacts, number of issues that challenge small businesses. Always ready and able and willing to listen to what challenges you have out there and how we, through the BIA network, can help you through that. With 85 BIAs, there aren't too many circumstances that we haven't seen or gone through. So if there are issues, if there is assistance you're seeking and that sort of stuff, City of Toronto BIA office, as Mr. Nash earlier in a different segment spoke about, have a number of programs that we continue to support. And every year we advocate to make sure that council sets enough money aside to keep small business top of mind, because after all, small businesses in this country make up 92% of the employment and almost 60% of the GDP. It is those small businesses that truly need the support when times are tough. To help local BIAs in their management and operations of the BIA, specifically the boards, we're very active. It's not uncommon for us to go out and assist with annual general meetings to make sure that governance is covered properly and that all effectively I's are dotted and T's are crossed. We also are very active in supporting BIAs with their permits and issues associated with festivals and events, whether it's insurance that we carry on a broad basis for these policies. Not only do we get active with festivals and events that are out there, we try to keep costs down for BIA boards. As I said, affinity programs such as employee benefits packages to make sure that employees stay with the BIAs and have a program in place where they can get health benefits, etc. We're active on directors and officers insurance to make sure that we're out there. TABIA is, in fact, the BIA of BIAs. Just like you folks in your individual BIA or a collective of local small businesses, TABIA is a collective of BIAs. Ultimately, the goal for every BIA out there and for TABIA is with the rising tide, all boats rise. You as an independent business can only do so much in terms of marketing and promotions. But if you pool your money through a BIA, through the levy, the BIA can then use those dollars to fundamentally support initiatives that go beyond the capacity of any one small business. And it is those roles. So the direct benefit that you can attain from being a part of the BIA is to get engaged. Stay engaged with the BIA, participate in those meetings, possibly participate on a board or a committee rather, because committees, you don't have to be a board member, but you can definitely be on the streetscape committee, or you can absolutely participate on the events committee. So stay active, see what the opportunities are out there, and make sure that you participate. If a simple thing as a sidewalk sale takes place, make sure that you take the opportunity to bring out some of that old stock that's sitting in the basement and put it out there and turn it into cash. Or get much more involved by sponsoring and being a part of the ongoings that are out there, whether it's marketing on radio, events, festivals, and the like. The only way you're going to benefit from the BIA is to get involved, participate, and take advantage of the undertakings. It really isn't rocket science out there on what we do as BIAs. We collectively work to improve the economics and social well-being of those businesses and residents in the local community to prosper. And the only way you're going to prosper is by participating. You won't always get your way, but sometimes tough decisions need to be made on behalf of the benefit of the entire neighborhood. And to that end, like I said, you're more than welcome to attend board meetings. It is a stipulation as a city agencies that they are public meetings, but don't expect to have your way at each and every one of these. Overall, BIA TABIA will continue to support local BIAs. 85 currently. There's a number of other areas that are out there. Traditionally, BIAs, and even 1970, where the BIA movement started. BIA started as a result of a need. In 1970, the people in Bloor West Village in Toronto, Bloor and Jane area, found it difficult as Sherway and Yorkdale malls started to open, and consumers, started to shift to a different set of consumerism. The local business people in Bloor West Village basically said either we do something about this or we might as well move to the malls ourselves. And effectively, that's where the first BIA started, where local small businesses contributed relatively small amounts of money into a pool, and that pool was used to beautify and to enhance, make safe, make vibrant the neighborhood of Bloor West Village. Since 1970, in Toronto, that's replicated 85 times. There's some 300 BIAs across Ontario, some 600 across Canada, and the concept has gone worldwide. It is the ultimate private-public partnership, and effectively, the principle, again, is a way to help yourself and to help promote your business is to engage in a broader precinct, if you will, the whole BIA area. With the rising tides, all boats rise. One of the things that became very apparent as consumerism's changed, because BIA legislation is effectively a 50-plus-year-old document. Digitization, Amazon, when they came on board, it became very obvious to many of the small business people that reached out to Tabia that said, we need some help. We are seeing an impact of online shopping on our small retails in our little neighborhoods, etc. To that end, Tabia established a program called Digital Main Street. You will hear about Digital Main Street. You've probably participated in Digital Main Street. It's an opportunity for you as a local business with the help of your BIA, because we work through the BIA. So reach out to the BIA so that we can get service squads into your neighborhoods to help you support your journey through digitization, whether it's to build an online presence, a website, an online store, or even to help you with cybersecurity, which is the biggest challenge that's facing many of the small businesses out there on a regular basis. We continue to hear on that front that I'm a small business. Why would anybody want to compromise my business? I haven't got much. Well, the reality is that 5 or 6 small business compromises make up a lot of dollars for those bad actors that are out there. Those big operators, the Shoppers Drug Marts, and everybody else out there have IT departments that have put checks and balances in place. It's you, folks, the small businesses, that are exposed more than you think in terms of what can and can't happen. MasterCard has done a study that indicates that over 50% of the businesses that are compromised don't make it 6 months from the day of that major compromise. That's one of the major challenges out there to small business. That you always need to be vigilant, you always need to be up there, and you always need to pivot with new consumerism. More and more people are shopping online. If you're not online, if you're not providing an offering, whether it's a menu or a presence online, or in fact that you have a store and you're selling online, it's time to reach out to your local BIA, who can then reach out to Digital Main Street, and we can, for free, come out and assist you and evaluate where you are on your digital journey. Tariffs are yet another thing that's coming forward in our days that are here. The Love Local campaign that the City of Toronto is going to be launching out there right now will support you. See how you can get engaged. There will be posters to post in your windows that indicate that you are a local supplier of local goods. There will be little stickers to put on your products that are Canadian to show consumers which products are actually local and that they don't have to look at the fine print on the back of packaging, etc. So a number of programs that the Mayor and Economic Development are working on at the City of Toronto in support of that. We will have some challenging times coming ahead, but you're not in this alone. We will work together. The BIA office, the BIAs, and Tabia will all support you. I can, and I'll pull a Premier Ford here. I'll give you my phone number on this. If you want to talk to me directly, you're more than welcome to call me, 416-889-4111. Feel free to reach out. Happy to chat to each and every one of you. Have a great day.